people usually think when somebody's dead, they're gone. But if you open your mind to believe, then you can see them. Like you can talk to a dead person. A lot of people say it's mediumship, but energy doesn't really die.
Yo, bro, what's going on? What's going on? Okay.
So, hello guys, this is
Christine Dorsalis.
you are watching my channel, and today I am with the beautiful and the feminine.
Okay, I go by the name Julie J. So there's a whole lot about me more you get to know. So I'll pass the mic. Okay, pass the stage.
Okay, so today we want to talk about the power of the mind. The power of the mind, it's literally talking about quantum jumping and manifestation. But to manifest, a lot of people say you have to take inspired action. Yes, but they don't talk about how powerful the mind actually is. You don't have to force yourself to take inspired action. You just have to believe in the power of the mind. And the reason why we're just starting this video is because something happened to me that was so instant. It was not even quantum jumping anymore. It was like I don't even want to call it quantum jumping. I'm gonna call it instant quantum jumping. And this happened because this man told me after something tragic happened, he said, think differently. And when I did think differently, everything turned around like a night and day. It's basically, I'll give you an example. It's nighttime and somebody tell you, no, see it differently. It's not night, it's day. And you look at the person, you're like, what? No, it's not. They say, no, think about it as day. And you close your eyes, you say, it is day. And you open your eyes and you go, "Cuckoo!" And you actually realize it is day. So,
Wait, I like the way you say it, like it's really blowing my, it gets into my head, like my head is swelling. So like, what do you want me to say? I was like expecting you to keep saying more before it gets to me. So okay, so what would you like to say again?
So why don't you tell them what happened?
Okay. Like the whole detail, or should I say?
No, just summarize it. Just summarize it.
Okay. This is what happened. We lost Uncle Joe. Yeah, Uncle Joe is at Turkey. Yeah, so we had to name Uncle Joe because he's always like outside there supervising everything happening. So like we go outside, like, bro, what's up? Then he just yells and makes his, this turkey noise.
Listen, you see this turkey over here? This turkey had been saved. You know, Jesus paid our sins, our debts, and we are saved. Well, guess what? This turkey is saved. I paid for him.
So like we lost Uncle Joe. Like we had dogs. They came into the compound, and I don't know what happened. They had a few animals. They have, I don't know, like they have boundaries. So like the Uncle Joe was trying to make the dogs understand that you're not meant to come inside here. So the fought with Uncle Joe and they chased Uncle Joe out of his compound. So we were inside and the neighbors were knocking and we could not hear the neighbors while they were knocking, so we came outside and we couldn't find Uncle Joe. Then our neighbor was like, he left. We saw Uncle Joe fighting off the dogs. But before then, we had already given up that. I don't want to see.
Because some people told us they stole
Uncle Joe, exactly. So we were all thinking that, okay, what would play out? Well, I my very self, I don't like things like missing around, like when things get missing around, we get to look for things. So I was relating the whole thing to grazing here, and I was like, okay, fine, this just happened, but at the end of the day, we still have to be positive about things. So that was when the neighbor that I mentioned earlier, like we heard a noise outside and we came out, then we saw him, then he told us. Then she told me, she moved in a very spiritual way that I was like, okay, but I did not get it at first, but later today when we spoke, then she detailed the way, like what made her do the things that she did. So like she picked up 2 feathers like from Uncle Joe, like the dogs, so from the struggle. So like we had feathers everywhere. So she gave me the feathers, and she was like, okay, go. Like you speak, she was like, oh Jake, you speak their language, so they will understand you better than I do. So I took the feathers, then I just a few walk like from where we were to I had to move forward. Then I saw a few ladies outside the compound, women, not ladies. I spoke French, and they were like, you don't speak what you're speaking, that could you speak what we understand? So I had to speak like the local language here in Benin, like formally. So I spoke with them, and they're like, yeah, that we saw something like that. Then no one asked one of the children in the compound that, did you saw a turkey running inside the compound? So they're like, yeah, that we saw that it's still here. They're like, wow, beautiful. Then I was inside, so I went inside. When I went inside, I saw Uncle Joe. Uncle Joe was frightened. And I was like, wow, oh. But he was still scared at some points. He was still scared because he just got to know me. That was how I saw Uncle Joe. Then I grabbed Uncle Joe by his wings, and I brought Uncle Joe home and praising him, please. Now we're all happy that Uncle Joe came back to us.
I have a better storyteller than he is.
Okay.
So
Okay, sure.
so let me explain what happened in my reality.
Okay.
So in my reality is this: when we went outside, we didn't find Uncle Joe, and the door was open, and I saw a bunch of feather and 4 dogs, and I was like, what did you do to Uncle Joe? I just ran to the dog mad, like I said, give me my turkey. I didn't know. I just saw dogs and feathers everywhere, and the dog standing by the feathers, and I was like, give me my turkey. Where's my turkey? And they looked at me. I said, take me to my turkey. And they looked at me like they don't understand. And I started cursing at the dogs because I really knew they did something. So I kept on walking.
The dogs understanding you.
They do. That's why they ran. Because when I was walking towards them, they ran. Didn't you notice? They ran because I was angry. And like I was asking them, I was basically telling them, give me my fucking turkey back. So they ran. And then I started walking and I saw 2 ladies, and I told them about the turkey. They said, oh, they stole that. It's gone. And I saw another guy. The guy came outside talking about how the turkey is gone. Somebody stole it. And I was so sad. And I'm like, they're going to cook it because we don't want to cook Uncle Joe. And I'm like, they're going to kill Uncle Joe. And I'm so sad. And I'm cursing at him. I'm throwing like bad juju. I'm like, I want them to die. I want Uncle Joe to kill them in the throat. I went off on them. And then he was looking at me. I was throwing bad energy out. And he's like, let's think positive. Let's think about it in a positive way. And I'm like, okay, calm down. And I'm like, okay, somebody's gonna bring my Uncle Joe back. They're gonna bring my turkey back. They're gonna bring Uncle Joe back. We're gonna have our turkey back. They're not gonna steal it. They're not gonna steal it.
And I told them, the door is open. He's willing. If he's willing to go, he can go. Nobody's guys is gonna stop him from leaving. If this turkey decides to go, he can go because I paid his debt.
So we just like walking back inside, and he's like, okay, I don't like things missing around me. So we're gonna just figure out like a way to make this happen for Uncle Joe to come back. So we went inside, and when he told me that, and I'm like, he's still telling me about positive thinking. He's still telling me when things happen bad to you, think of something positive, think something good is gonna happen. I said, okay, someone is gonna bring Uncle Joe back. And I'm thinking, I'm in bed and I'm thinking, and I make a prayer and I said, someone is really bringing Uncle Joe back. And I heard hello at the door, and I just ran outside and I said, hi, I don't see anybody. There's a bike there, a motorcycle, and I'm like, there's nobody, there's no turkey, a motorcycle, but I know what I asked for. So I was like, keep pushing, asking questions. Did you see a turkey? And this guy came. I knocked on your door for almost 2 hours violently. Nobody answered the door. We're fighting. Your turkey just went this way, and he got mad with African style, throwing his hand up in the air like silly people, you know. So in this moment, I was like, all right, we're gonna fire Turkey back. We're gonna fire Uncle Joe back. That's when he told the story, and that's when I wasn't there. All I know, he came back with Uncle Joe, and I was like, oh my God, we didn't want to eat Uncle Joe.
Yeah, I heard. But there's one thing, only I can eat it if you decide. You know, like Jesus said, if you want to give me your life, like, so if you want to give me your life, I just sit there, you're Jesus Christ, I'll eat you. But no one else can touch, like Satan. You know, like anybody else is Satan because they're trying to steal the turkey they didn't pay for. I paid for the turkey. I'm Jesus Christ. I saved this life, and nobody can touch it. But
we certainly didn't want to eat Uncle Joe, and then Uncle Joe is here. Uncle Joe was very frightened. He was quiet for like days. He was quiet for days, and literally we had prayers, and I had people praying for Uncle Joe. Now he's back. He's making noise again, but that's the story. How is that related to the power of the mind?
It's manifestation, because I see it as we like creating the possibility in your head, then creating that possibility in your head leads to the whole thing manifesting and happening. So it all happened in your mind. So like the mind is always the creative space of whatever wants to manifest. So if you thought of something, you think of something enough, or you think of something too much, it starts happening.
I love that.
So that was your current contemplation, the fact that you wanted to see Uncle Joe. So you had it in mind that yes, you would see Uncle Joe, then you saw him. So that's what happened. The manifestation through the mind. So the mind is really powerful. We need to know how to use it. We need to like the consciousness.
Yeah. You know, like in the Bible, they say if you believe it, you can see it. So basically, if he wasn't there, I would just believe these other people that Uncle Joe was stolen, and I would have never gone. I would have not taken inspired action to go look for Uncle Joe, because Uncle Joe is stolen, right? So when you don't believe in something, you're not gonna take inspired action.
Yeah.
So your mind is what makes you actions to manifest what you believe in. That's why they say you have to believe in it to see it. If you can believe in it and you can imagine it, you can do it.
Exactly.
If you know you're coming here, we're going to beat the fuck out of you, and you don't want to get beaten. I guess we're gonna bleep that part. And you don't want to get beaten. Would you come here? Never. If you know you're coming here and we're gonna love upon you, I want to say bad things, but I'm not. We're gonna treat you good, and you want to be treated good. Wouldn't you come here?
I would, for sure. Like
exactly.
Find every possible means to be getting.
So the power of the mind. It's like you would create your own problems or your own solution. Depends on what you believe in.
Yeah. So your contemplation matters a lot. Like the reason of like contemplating too much on the problem rather than seeking out for solutions. So like it wasn't the whole scenario. So like that's just the mind. The mind is really complex, and most at some point we don't even use the full potential. We don't even use the mind to
better we are now.
Exactly, but it's very necessary to work in that consciousness, because it's you like drawing a pattern for your life personally. So drawing the pattern for your life, and at the end of the day, nobody will think for you, because if you're looking out for someone to think for you, you won't actually be able to get things done on your own. So everything, like the reality, like everything you're experiencing, it started from here. Like so, like your mind. Most times, this is what actually happens to people. Their minds play games, and then because of the kind of contemplations they have. So like they are not always in control, because you're with the wrong energy. So now the wrong energy is actually influencing you, because you're contemplating something, you're thinking about something that you're not even meant to think about that much. That's why even like the Bible itself, in like reading through Lamentations, it will actually like tell you that when someone dies, you're thinking about a loved one. You're not supposed to mourn too long, because it's kills your energy, and it makes you lose connection
with that person.
Exactly, and with divinity too, with God, because you're contemplating on you're contemplating too much on
existence.
Exactly, so it's not necessary. So we know we should actually know how to channel the right energy to the mind. It's a consciousness.
I love that part so much, because people usually think when somebody's dead, they're gone. But if you open your mind to believe, then you can see them. Like, you can talk to a dead person. A lot of people say it's mediumship, but energy doesn't really die. And I know a lot of people may not agree with that because of the Bible. So if you believe when somebody's dead, they're done, then when somebody's dead, they're done to you. But if you believe they just release the body, and their spirit is still well and alive, then they can come talk to you. Then they're alive. Whatever you believe in is what you're going to put yourself in a place to actually operate in that space.
Yeah.
So basically, like you were saying, possibilities, different realities, different dimensions, all these things are real. So in a different dimension, meaning in your consciousness of belief, you are exactly who you want to be. It's a matter of believing in it. And once you start believing in it, you start taking actions that are actually going to make you do that thing, to receive that thing. If you believe it, you're going to act as if it's already done.
Yeah.
You're going to take inspired action. I cannot repeat that even more. Like, I just wanna I wanna put that in somebody's head right now. As a matter of fact, it's one of my friends. I wanna put that in his head right now. If you believe you are something, you are going to take actions